Now, while the COVID pandemic devastated some businesses, it did spark a movement of creativity that gave birth to many new enterprises. Caffeine Carbs is one such example in Geneseo. Kelly Wolf moved back to her hometown to realize this dream of opening a coffee shop.
Yep.
You always wanted to do it.
Yeah, it was always there in the back of my mind. I just needed the experience first to give me that boost to come back and do it.
But, okay, folks, you have to listen to what Kelly was doing. You had this cool job in Houston.
Yes.
For 12 years.
Yep.
At a convention center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did food and beverage, did events, did event planning, everything.
Then COVID hits, bam, convention center, so no more of that. You got laid off.
Yep.
You lost your job. Did you know right away, I'm going back to Geneseo, open up that coffee shop?
Not right away.
Okay, how long did
I
it
wanted
take?
a little bit more of a safety net of not working for myself, having an actual company and everything.
Sure.
I interviewed a few places, but all of them kept saying, we're waiting till after the pandemic. We're waiting to see what happens. Well, I can't just sit around and do nothing. It was driving me absolutely crazy. So I decided to take the leap and finally push myself into the little bit of out of my comfort zone and to open up my own business. And I knew right away it just had to be in Geneseo.
You opened in 20 or 21?
21.
How long did it take you from the time you had a home in Houston, Texas? Yep. So your job's done, you sell your house,
Yep.
come back to Geneseo, Illinois, and how long before you had a storefront coffee and bakery shop?
I made the final decision to come back in August. It took me a few months to get all of everything in a row, and then we started construction in January and we opened in May.
So you built
Yes.
the place. So we're going to show you some pictures, and let's orient ourselves as to where Caffeine Carbs is located.
So we're less than a quarter mile right off of the interstate of I-80 on Oakwood there. So
As you come into town.
yeah, you pass us right by. You can't miss us.
And are you by Sweet Peas or are you right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in that same shopping center with Sweet Pea, Great Revivalist, Culver's.
Okay.
All of that.
Well, look at that. So now let's talk about the name, Caffeine Carbs. It says exactly what you sell.
Yeah.
But how did you decide on that? I think it's very cute and clever, and your logo's cool too.
Thank you. I was sitting there thinking about everything that I wanted to make and sell, and it was all of my favorite things. The bagels. My mom was the great baker with cupcakes and cakes already, so I knew I wanted that. And I mean, I need my daily latte and everything else caffeine, and it just kind of struck me, and I was like, I have a lot of caffeine and carbs going on in this place. And I thought it was kind of cute,
yes,
so we ran with it.
and the logo itself, so you guys, when we come back to camera, as we look at the logo you're wearing on your shirt, and it's also on the hat, it's I like how you did the cursive. Who did that for you?
One of my friends in Houston was a graphic designer, so she put it together for me back before anybody knew. I didn't want to tell anybody yet, so she kept the secret for me.
I'm going to wear your hat. Okay, your Caffeine and Carbs hat, because
Love it.
I'm a Caffeine and Carbs girl. Okay, now we have your. Hi, everybody. It's like if this shows up in an ad. Here we go.
I know, right?
So Kelly, let's look at these cakes first of all. They're gigantic and beautiful. Did you make all your stuff?
We do. We make everything in-house except for the bagels I get from a vendor in New York that they overnight them to us.
I hear a lot about the bagels, that they're smashingly good.
Yeah,
well, if they're New York bagels, then yeah.
They're absolutely ginormous, and for breakfast we have 4 different kinds of cream cheeses that go with them, and then we have 4 or 5 different sandwiches for lunch.
But I know you like to mix, like you said, you mix the caffeine and the carbs. So the cakes and other things have coffee elements.
Yep. So most of our lattes are based off of my favorite desserts. So we have white chocolate snickerdoodle, tiramisu, gingerbread, Reese's, Snickers, all kinds of fun, delicious desserts. And then our desserts have espresso in them. We have our cappuccino chocolate chip cupcakes. We have espresso white chocolate cookies. So even some of our chocolate cakes have coffee in them and everything. So
look at these cookies. Now I know
so
I was reading about these are your mom's recipes?
Yes. So
right?
my mom used to do cakes as a hobby for like our friends' birthdays and everything like that. And so I just decided to exploit all of those lovely talents of hers.
Good for you.
So she's in the kitchen with me every day baking. So most of these are her recipes.
Tell me about this cake.
So this is one that It's a chocolate cake inside, and then we have salted caramel cookies crumbled on top with caramel, and then covered in lady fingers.
Girlfriend, oh my goodness! So you do.
It's a great way to say happy birthday to someone.
You do specialty cakes too,
Yeah.
right? Like if I say I want a special birthday cake.
Yep,
or
we do
whatever.
birthdays and weddings and all kinds of special anniversaries.
So you don't miss Texas?
I mean, I miss the no snow part, that I
in the
will
winter,
admit.
yeah, okay.
But the summer, I'm good with the 80s and 90s instead of over 100 every day.
Yes, yes. Texas is real hot.
Yes,
right
it
now,
is,
right?
and humid in Houston.
Right. So, so now you're back where you belong.
Yes.
And you're doing. I hear you're doing really well. Your reviews are really great on Caffeine and Carbs, and in Geneseo. And so all the best to you, Kelly, and welcome home. And congrats on this awesome business.
Thank you. People keep showing up, so I'm grateful.
I'll bet you are. Thank you. I'm grateful for you.